no false expectations that at 78 he's going to all of a sudden turn
one does.
into a benevolent human being.
Like
and I'm not going to
spend. People tune out.
I spent weeks telling people that he was apocalyptic. I'm not going to.
So Whoopi Goldberg and the rest of the ladies from The View were having apparently a come to Jesus moment, sort of, where they discussed Trump derangement syndrome. Surprise, surprise. Seriously, this is a surprise. And I never thought that Whoopi Goldberg and the ladies from The View, including Anna Navarro and Sonia Holston, are discussing Trump derangement syndrome. But guess what? It may not be in the manner that you would think. So we're going to go and get into the discussion with Whoopi Goldberg and others from The View and see what the Whoopi Goldberg and the others from The View are discussing when it comes to Trump derangement syndrome, as well as what to expect from the upcoming Trump 47 administration. So if you enjoy all the content that I put out there this channel, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification. And if you enjoy what I'm sharing in this video with Whoopi Goldberg and the ladies from The View, including Anna Navarro, be sure to smash the like button and share this video far across social media. So let's go ahead and get right into the discussion that's being held by Whoopi Goldberg and the ladies of The View.
I feel a bit different because God's honest truth, I kind of always thought Trump would win until maybe the final days just because it felt like Kamala Harris had this real momentum. But the signs were there. And I have a very diverse friend group, family, like people who vote different ways. And I have felt like there was a yearning in this country that people wanted Donald Trump back. And the most common thing I heard this entire election cycle was, I don't like his personality, I don't like the way he talks, but my life was better when he was in office. And I'm in this position where I feel a bit unburdened by what has been. I'm going to wait and see. He's not been sworn in yet. I'm somebody who probably agrees with 75% of his policies. If he focuses on creating jobs, on bringing down the cost of living, securing the border in a responsible way, and being tough on America's adversaries, I'm all for it. What doesn't mean we're not going to call balls and strikes when he does things that are beyond the pale or he uses words that are offensive to people, then be ready to call that out. But I just think I'm kind of shying away from this sort of apocalyptic, it's all, we need to be like losing sleep over it. The American system of government is strong, it's held. There are checks and balances, even if my party's in control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And I think we should I root for America, so I root for a smart, serious Donald Trump presidency, and I root for pushback when he doesn't do things that are smart.
I think all those.
So what's interesting is that a lot of people who used to have Trump derangement syndrome started seeing how things were under the Biden administration, and all of a sudden decided to go ahead and vote for Trump. So that way because they want a better life again as it was when he was the first time around. Okay, and they'll take in what Trump says and stuff, like the crazy stuff and thing that they perceive as bad, but they see it as a moment where, they can afford prices and stuff of food and gas and stuff, and the cost of living was good and all of that. But they'll just go ahead and let them say what you want to say. Okay, and surprisingly enough, it seems to me that this is interesting because a lot of people felt that way, I'm myself included, and I'm shocked to see that the hosts of The View, including Whoopi Goldberg, as you are about to see, are discussing this.
Things are great to dream about, and they're great.
I mean, we could take Goldberg for 4 years and work on Red Republic, or we could just engage in the process.
As I've always said, this process was handled without me. Yeah, because the things I was looking for, and I listen to people make fun of it, it's not about race, it's not about misogyny. It is for me. It is for me. Because that's how you see me first. So that's how I have to respond to you. And I don't think this is what you're saying. I want to be really clear. Because you know how...
I mean, that's how conservatives and people on the right saw Joe Biden. I mean, the fact that they felt disenfranchised when it came to, putting identity politics before the American people. I mean, that's why people who didn't support Biden and stuff, they didn't respond to him in anger, or they didn't respond to him with like any kind of vitriol, wishing any threats against him or any of that. No, they simply put this forward because of the simple fact of the matter is that, when it comes to things you don't agree with them, they'll complain about it, but they're not going to go ahead and just basically make any threats to people who support him as well as Biden himself. But we see that, Whoopi Goldberg is actually putting that point across, but it's okay for Whoopi Goldberg to do it, but it's a problem with the right does that.
They like to always put us, and she was mean to her.
Yes.
I understand all the things you want to see him be. I understand all the things that he promised he would be and he wasn't. And now that he has been given carte blanche, I'm not going to waste a lot of time on what he might do.
But at the
I'm gonna wait because I need to see what he will do so that I know what I'm going to do.
That's
Whoa, wait a minute. Did Whoopi Goldberg just say that she's not gonna that she's gonna wait to see what the president-elect's gonna do? That she's not gonna waste her time complaining? Now, it's kind of similar to what you said before, like the last time I talked about Whoopi Goldberg, and where Whoopi Goldberg stated that, you know, I'm not going to wait to see what he's going to do. And I'm having a hard time believing that to this day, you know, because I guarantee you that Whoopi Goldberg is going to insult Trump with everything in her power, okay, and hurl everything at him. All right. And Whoopi Goldberg seems to me might be having like a big come to Jesus moment or something. I could be wrong.
in many ways my point, but like, we can sit here and we could be apocalyptic about what he might do, but I also think there's a moment for self-reflection. I felt as unrepresented by Biden when I would talk about, I care about the border. Why did you wait till 3 years in to do it? I care about the cost of living.
But
why aren't you talking about it?
We've done all of that, and we're talking about how this respect comes to you, how it comes to me, how it comes to you. We're looking at different things. You're hearing different things than I'm hearing because you're not listening for the same things. We just aren't. And that's okay. I have a lot more understanding about what you're looking for than most people have what I'm looking for.
Yeah. No,
because,
we recognize
yeah,
that.
So I think what we're all saying is we're going to sit and watch. We're going to wait and see because we can't do anything else except...
I'm not going to wait and see. I mean, this guy's told us he's a retribution.
What are you going to do?
What are you doing? Like,
there's nothing to be done until you know what you're fighting. It's pissing in the wind doesn't help. You just get a wet face.
But I mean, what I'm saying is I have no false expectations that at 78 he's going to all of a sudden turn into another human being. And I'm not going to spend. I spent weeks telling people that he was apocalyptic. I'm not going to change now because it's still the same man.
Not treating every single thing like
I think that's when we lose credibility.
Well, here's the thing: you lose credibility in many different ways. If you don't know what you're talking about and you accuse him of something, then they're going to blow it back. That's why I say we need to wait and see exactly what you're going to do. Are you coming after all the folks that come to this country for a better world, who come here to work? What are you going to do with all those folks? What are you going to do with those jobs when you take all these people away? When you talk about getting rid of folks, you better know what your back game is going to be before you talk about what you're going to do until you know what you can do.
Okay. There's a lot to unpack right here. First and foremost, Whoopi Goldberg has shown the side that I wish she had shown before. Because it seems to me that she's probably the second most reasonable person on this panel right here, okay, or The View. And Whoopi Goldberg actually laid it on a line, both, wait and see, as well as responding to Anna Navarro's crazy statement. Now, Anna Navarro, bless her soul, bless her heart, but it seems to me that she's might be a Republican that's an unhinged leftist, okay? She stated that she's going to go ahead and keep on, throwing these accusations against Trump, go ahead and say all this crazy stuff as a left-wing nut job and everything. All because she claims, she believes that she's going to lose all her credibility. Credibility with who? Okay? The left, because it seems to me that a lot of people are tired of the leftist agenda out there because Trump won overwhelmingly in this past election. And with that fact of the matter is, if you're going to go ahead and say that you're going to lose credibility with that, guess by doing all of these things you're going to do, keep hearing these accusations against Trump, guess what? You're going to lose credibility with everybody on both sides, okay? And that's even worse. All right. So it's already bad enough that The View, with including Whoopi Goldberg and other hosts and stuff that was up there, are not credible because of the fact that it seems to me that they're going to go ahead and try to get more conservative panel and stuff, and like more Trump supporters onto the show, so that way to save the show's ratings. But the fact of the matter is, Whoopi Goldberg is also being a second most reasonable voice on this show right now, on this episode. And I think I might be having a stroke. I don't know. I mean, this is the best I've seen of Whoopi Goldberg possibly ever. You know, I mean, I want to, like, it's like, you know, granted that she still put some, like, you know, of her ideology into this, but at the same time, I mean, this is probably the most, like, sensible I've ever seen Whoopi Goldberg and everything, and this is crazy, and this is a big leap for The View. Now, this could be genuine, it could be real, or it could be like Whoopi Goldberg's way of trying to save the ratings for The View itself. Okay, so I don't know. It's amazing. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts you might have with this particular topic. If you enjoyed what I shared in this video, go ahead, smash the like button, share the video forward across social media. And if you haven't done so already, enjoyed all the content that I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notifications so that way you're notified of future uploads and updates. Till then, peace.